All right, what's up, guys? Welcome back to Girl Gone Wild. We are going to be reacting to the latest live stream from Alexis. She just posted her fourth Q&A about Amberlynn, and we're going to watch it together. So let's get started.
Hey guys, it's Alexis.
Alexis doesn't bring receipts.
Okay guys, so apparently I don't bring receipts. So I feel like I'm gonna have to really step it up in this one. Also, what are you talking about? And if this is the way that we're supposed to show receipts around here, I guess I have been doing it all wrong. Also, just regarding that specific screenshot, I just want to say that the Venmo transaction, the alleged Venmo transaction, was a Christmas gift. Also, who the fuck cares about what I'm spending it on?
So yeah, that Venmo thing, I totally believe Alexis on that. I definitely think that was a Christmas present from Amberlynn. Amberlynn tried to play it off like, no, I was helping her with bills because I'm a good friend. And the Christmas tree was just a random emoji that I sent. I just use random emojis on my Venmos. But it's like, it was 2 or 3 days after Christmas that you sent it. So, whatever.
So I did speak to someone who was 20. I'm gonna downright say it. Then like her lying that like I didn't know Abby, like her saying that I knew Abby's 20, a lie.
Okay, so you guys have been telling me I need to read my screenshots out loud, so I'm gonna start doing that right here, right now. So Amberlynn said, Abby is talking about when I come to visit her. And I said, how many are you meeting? And she said, she sounds so excited, ha 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 ha. And I said, why am I, your best friend, not being visited? But some Bible-thumping 20-year-old is?
Okay, that is wild. This definitely confirms that Amber knew Abby was 20. You know, Amber tried to say that Abby lied to her about her age and that once she found out she was 20, she wasn't interested anymore. But this text is proof that she knew damn well she was 20 years old and she was planning to go and see her. But I mean, I don't think Amber would ever get on a plane. I don't ever remember her getting on a plane ever. She probably wouldn't fit. And I'm not saying that to be mean, but it's like I've seen episodes of My 600-Pound Life when they try to get on a plane. It's not pretty. It would be very uncomfortable for her, and Amber does not do uncomfortable. But anyway, Amber dating a 20-year-old, knowing full well that she was 20 and planning in her own fantasy world to go visit this girl. It's so gross and it's so predatory. Like 20 and 33, I mean, a 20-year-old is just out of high school. They have no idea like who they even are yet. But that's right up Amber's alley. You know, she likes people who are going to be easily controlled, easily manipulated, you know, someone who is still naive enough to believe her lies. So yeah, this does not surprise me one bit, but it is nice to have confirmation. I knew she was lying about it.
Nowhere in this text message or this entire conversation did Amberlynn ever refute the fact that Abby was 20, even though I literally said that she was.
We were solely just friends.
Right. And I'm the Easter Bunny. So, say we're living in a fantasy world and you knew or thought that Abby really was 25. Don't you think that's still quite the age gap?
Okay, that's like a 6-year difference.
Right. 6 years. Anyways.
Okay, well, we all know that math is not Amber's strong suit. But either way, I mean, 25 and 33 is a whole lot different than 20 and 33. That's like a world apart. So I don't think 25 and 33 is that big of a deal personally, but...
This topic is not that important, but I did want to address that. So the second question that I want to address is, ever since you turned, do you get scared when you see an Oklahoma license plate? Amber might be following you. And this question is in reference to...
There was a Pennsylvania license plate in front of Amberlynn's apartment and she thought it was Jordy. No, never happened. Never happened a day in my life. Secondly, Alexis, you know what? Let me just do it for you. Alexis literally paid to find out all of Jordy's information. I'm telling you.
Okay, so first of all, you were terrified that you were being stalked by Jordy or someone that Jordy paid. And that is why you asked me to find the information about him so you could reach out to him and ask him. And when we had this conversation, we were on the phone. I already looked for text messages. And I do have the screenshots of what I sent her, but I don't want to show the screenshots to show what website that I found this information on because I don't want to out Jordy and his public information. Public information, by the way. I did not and would not pay for his information.
Okay, but that makes both y'all weird. To be looking up Jordy's information like that, I mean, for what reason? If Amber wanted to contact him, she knows how. They've talked before. They've talked on live stream. She could hit him up on Instagram or Twitter or YouTube, whatever. Like, she knows how to reach Jordy. That is weird to be getting his information like that.
More importantly, I've already talked to Jordy about this, so whatever. But do you know who was there to witness this conversation? Jade was. So you better hope that she continues to want to stay behind closed doors when it comes to you, because I'm sure that if she didn't, she would love to confirm everything that I'm saying, including the allegation that you hit her, that you refuse to speak about. You'll talk about other things relating to Jade, but you refuse to touch on the subject where you hit her. So that's really, 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 really interesting, Amberlynn. Also,
Amber did not address that. She never came out and denied the allegations about hitting Jade. And I don't know if it's true or not. Obviously, I wasn't there. Nobody was there to see it. But there is a pattern of behavior. And where there is smoke, there's usually fire. As far as I know, almost every partner has accused Amber of getting physical with them. I know Casey did. I don't think Beck did. Destiny did with the Code Red incident. And now this information is coming out about her possibly hitting Jade, which is from a secondhand source. So who knows? But I would not doubt it at all. I think that Amber, when she doesn't get her way, probably turns into a very bad person to be around.
Oh, Jade anything. She told you to not talk about her. She never told me to not talk about her. So if you're gonna talk about her, you might as well touch on the subject where you technically committed domestic violence.
Okay, but why is that funny? Like, that is gross. Domestic violence is something that's really serious, and, I would not wish that on anybody, but I don't know, it's kind of weird to be laughing about it like that.
Fuck.
So this next question is, wait, so are you and her friends again? Absolutely no, we're not friends again. And I will never be friends with her again, especially if she is still with Emily. That's a hard no for me, dog. That is my boundary.
Okay, are you not going to be friends with her again because she's with Emily? Or are you not going to be friends with her because she's a terrible fucking person? Like, what?
I am not budging. I do not care.
I mean, I would think that her being with Emily would be a very small portion of why you would not want to be friends with her. I don't really understand why anybody would want to be friends with her in the first place, considering all the information that's online available for everyone to see. Like, she has 10 years of history of treating every single person in her life like a piece of shit. This is not a secret anymore. I'm sure Alexis knew that before she was friends with her.
If you're not sure that Emily is not going to screw you over, because I'm not going to come pick you up and save you. I'm not. I'm simply not. Now, I know in her live stream, she had answered a question saying that she missed me.
Do I miss Alexis? Yeah. I bet Alexis misses you. Yeah.
So after I saw this, I did unblock her and I did text her. And here's what I said. Because, I do miss her, but I also can miss someone and still not agree with what they're doing and with what they're saying and think that they're not a good friend to me. So then after I texted her, it immediately turned into her crying.
Okay, but why are you texting her anyway like that? Either shit or get off the pot. Like, you either want to be friends with her or you don't. You have to make up your mind, because when you go back and forth like this, it really makes people question how authentic you are and where this is all really coming from.
But if you loved me and valued me as much as you proclaim that you do, why wouldn't you just do everything that you could to keep me around when you had me around? I do feel bad that she's sad. I do feel bad that she feels like I betrayed her. I do experience sad emotions when it comes to Amberlynn. I'm not just some heartless that doesn't care. And I feel like a lot of people think that. I do care. But there's also a lot of things that she says and does, whether it's to me or to other people, that I'm not okay with, and I haven't been okay with. And a lot of people in my comments are like, well, you were friends with her up until this, you were friends with her up until Tommy. Yes, but you guys act like I wasn't saying things behind closed doors. You guys have no idea what we talked about. Me and her were on the phone for 5, 6, 7 hours a day. Like, we talked about a lot. And when that whole thing with Casey came up, the Mr. Snowball or Snowflake or whatever, when that whole thing came up, I felt so bad for her, but at the same time, I was like, dude, but, like, you did these things. And yes, I did publicly defend her quite a lot. But you have no idea what I said to her when there wasn't a camera in my face or her face, okay?
Okay, so I am trying to be understanding about where she's coming from, because I've also had friendships like that where, I see their very problematic behavior, but I try to stick it through because I care about them and I think that they are capable of change. But then it does get to a point eventually where it's like, okay, I really need to cut ties because this person is never going to change. So I can kind of see her perspective on that. I mean, the bottom line is that Amberlynn never cared about Alexis. She doesn't care about Beck. She doesn't care about Destiny. She doesn't care about anyone but herself. All she cares about is getting her needs met, whatever those may be. And unfortunately for Alexis, she was just a backup plan. She was the just in case. People like Amber always have people on the back burner in case the main person they have falls through. And like Amber said, Alexis was a journal that talked back. Like, what kind of narcissistic, psychopathic shit is that to say about someone?
Okay. And just because you're friends with somebody doesn't mean you automatically condone and accept everything that comes with them. And speaking of things that I don't agree with, this is another prime example of me calling her out, not publicly, privately, and her still being absolutely delusional. So she says, I'm in love with someone who genuinely loves me for me. And I said, you're delusional. And she said, why can't you ever just be happy for me? She's never ever done anything to hurt me. She's only made me feel safe and loved. Which is absolutely not true. Do you know how many hours I had to sit on the phone with this girl because she didn't want to be alone, because Tommy was being absolutely awful to her, ignoring her, telling her she doesn't want to talk to her, telling her she misses her ex, who has passed away. And in the meantime, responding to people and talking poorly about Amberlynn to these random people on Instagram. And you have the balls to sit here and tell people and me including, she's so amazing and she's never done anything to hurt you. You are a liar. Anyways, so I follow that up with, because she's lied to you and is mean to you and gaslights you. She's literally a psych nurse. She can do it better than anyone. She preys on you because you're vulnerable. And then I said, you are a liar. And then she proceeds to say, wow,
I did not realize Emily was a psych nurse. I knew she was a nurse. Oh man, but her being a psych nurse just makes this even more insane. How is it that somebody who gets off on feeding people until they die, how in the world does someone like that get into a nursing position?
We will never see eye to eye on this. I love you, but you're hurting me. I said, you cry about her every single day. Why are you being so blind right now? And she said, I've only ever cried because she was such in a low mental health space. This has never happened before she was Zach's, and you literally know that. And I said, that's not true. And she said, yes, it is. And then I said, she lied about how much she knew about you and was watching reaction channels. It happened right in my face on FaceTime. You admitted it when we talked about it privately, when you asked why I didn't like her. Not once did she ever refute anything that I was saying.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Like, she did not dispute that at all. She did not say, no, that never happened, Alexis. We never fought about Tommy watching reaction channels. She said that Tommy or Emily, whatever you want to call her, that she never watched reaction channels. But I knew that was bullshit too, as soon as Amber said it.
Not once in this entire conversation did she say, no, that never happened. And then she immediately started doing what she does best and started deflecting and said, Alexis, you've genuinely hurt me. And I was like, you haven't hurt me. Every time you get a new girlfriend, I'm on the back burner. Unless her and that girlfriend aren't doing well, and then she's flirting with me, and then she likes me again. You guys genuinely have no idea how much this woman has hurt me. And you can think I'm an awful person, that's fine. But you will never know the full story, and you will never know the things that I had to go through for her. She did not love me. She did not care about me. I was always a second option. Always a second option. And she never prioritized me the way that I prioritized her, and I will stand on that forever.
Oh man, Alexis, I mean, I know you'll never see this video, but you are crying online about Amberlynn Reid, okay? Don't do that. You're gonna regret this when you look back on that. Look, you guys did not even meet in real life. I'm sure there was some type of connection there and you had certain feelings, but you know, you only talked online. How real can it be?
Sit there and say that I'm bitter and say this and say that. Maybe I am. Maybe I am bitter because I did so much.
Well, girl, you said it, not me. You are coming off like a jilted lover right now. If I'm going to be honest, you are.
Much, and I went through so much, and for what? For what? This is also why it takes me so long to make these videos, not only because I'm actually editing, unlike somebody, but this is also very emotionally toiling for me, okay? And I realize nobody said I had to take this all to YouTube, but I wanted to. I wanted to. She can't just sit here and hurt people and hurt all of her girlfriends and hurt all of her friends and not have a single person stand up and say something. And if I
Okay, but now that you have your channel and it's been monetized, if you are going to continue talking about Amber, you're gonna have to emotionally separate yourself on some level. And this is just not healthy. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm all for this. The Amberverse has been incredibly boring for months on end. We all deserve this. I'm here for it. But yeah, Alexis, this is just not healthy, girl. Not healthy.
taught her anything in this entire relationship is that maybe she should think before she speaks. And maybe she should see people for their actual value and not because they're attractive or not because of what they can do for her.
Yeah, but that's never going to happen. Okay, that's so important for you to understand that Amber will never change. These type of people, they never change. She will be this way for the rest of her probably very short life.
Maybe Amberlynn should actually love the people that love her. And I did love her. A lot. A lot. Sometimes more than anyone or anything else in my life. But I am realizing.
See, but that's not good. And I'm not trying to, pick on Alexis here, but, you never even met her in real life. I think it might be time for you to do some self-reflection and maybe try to start reaching out to people in your real life. And if you don't have those people, start building those friendships. Because if the person that you care about most in the world is Amberlynn Reid and you've never even met her in real life, yeah, it's time to get your priorities in order.
Now I was only just another character in her fucked up little show. She didn't care when I got doxxed and I had to leave my job. She didn't care when girlfriends or potential love interests broke up with me because of her. She didn't care when I was struggling, whether that was emotionally or financially or mentally. It was always only about her. And if it wasn't about her, she sure as fuck made it about her.
I will say it.
Girl, why do you think she's a lol cow? Why do you think that she is so infamous on the internet? That's why. It's because she treats everybody horribly. And she lies and she manipulates. And she has no capability of being self-reflective at all. That's who she is.
I had a crush on Alexis off and on throughout our whole friendship. And I've always been very upfront with that. But I'm able to admit it.
I'm sorry, but where and when did I ever say that I didn't like you back? I have quite literally shown screenshots in previous videos that stated that I was interested in pursuing something with you. And you claim that I'm downplaying all of this. How? Yes, I did say Cookiegate was unsolicited. Yes, it was, because the entire conversation that we were having when you were screen sharing your entire conversation with Erica to try to prove to me that you weren't talking about me was also unsolicited. I didn't ask for that. You did that on your own volition.
Oh my goodness, here we go with the cookie crumble gate again. Can we just get off of that? I mean, it's really not that important at the end of the day. You saw the video. It kind of sounds like you liked it, Alexis. I'm not gonna lie. But whatever it was, you saw it, you watched it, and Amber sent it to you. So there's that.
So you can stop telling people that I'm trying to downplay what was going on between us. I'm not. If anybody is trying to downplay what was going on between us or our friendship in general, that's you. And the only reason why we didn't date, you can tell everybody it was a gut feeling, but you know that it's because I wouldn't let you push me around. Not only push me around, but have me be a yes man to everything that you say and do. I have never been that kind of a person, and I will never be that person. And I knew that you knew that. I also knew how sneaky and snaky and slimy you were in relationships, and why would I subject myself to that kind of behavior? Thanks for listening to me getting mad and sad and crying and talking about Amberlynn once again. Every single day, I'm still receiving an overwhelming amount of support. And I just wanted to thank you guys once again, because without you guys and your support, I really don't know how snaky and slimy you were in relationships. And why would I subject myself to that kind of behavior? Anyways, thanks for listening to me getting mad and sad and crying and talking about Amberlynn.
Once again, you should have known who Amberlynn Reid is. you knew who her online persona was. You saw everything when you were friends with her. Like, my sympathy can only go so far for Alexis. But anyway, you guys, that about does it for tonight. I am a brand new reaction channel, so make sure if you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe. I will be making many more videos coming soon. And thank you for listening. I'll talk to you later. Bye.